Britain is known in World War II for its contribution to the Manhattan Project and its innovations in its air force. What if Britain had the best ground game? What if they were pioneers in land warfare technology? This video is about armored support companies with a little sprinkle of helicopters as well. And with this, Britain can have the most OP divisions in the entirety of the game. No joke. Horrendously OP. And I am Feedback Gaming, and I play games in unconventional ways. And playing the UK and focusing on land warfare is definitely unconventional. The Second World War, but not the way you normally are familiar with it. To begin with, the states that have the maximum level of infrastructure, so all the ones in blue at first, and then the green ones next. So, like that. Infrastructure, important. We're going to be building a lot of factories. Top that off, you're going to be focusing on your construction, important for building those facilities. Next of all, the mechanized. An advanced vehicle of modern warfare only was introduced and implemented fully in World War II. Yes, let's start working on that now. Oh yeah, only 1,100 days. That won't be a problem, right? And finally, mechanical computing, because we're going to be focusing on our decryption abilities. Britain knows how to do this, right? All right, bring the boys here. We'll do this at lightning speed. Change to colonial. Move them to Britain. Focus on local autonomy. Garrisons. Focus on garrisons. Assign your bro for the naval engineering facility. Yeah, that bro. Top that off as well. Limited rearmament for civilian factories. All of the ships that are almost 90% or more over 50% constructed. Not the submarines. Don't care for those. Yes, 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 yes. No, no. Got 2 planes. We'll focus on those now. Because we're making a limited handful of divisions and focusing on micro, we don't need that many factories, but we are going to need quite a handful of equipment. In this case, we don't need the tanks. We are going to need some motorized. Quite a handful of motorized, actually. And also a fair amount of trains, because it's going to consume quite a lot of supply. With that done, off we go. 5-speed. Standard Britain, you are in the biggest market in the world internationally, and then you can basically sell everything on the market, put it on the maximum price, make absolute bank. Yes. Sell the lot. Also, you do have an Air Force. I really wish there was a select all Air Force button, but there's not. Alternatively, you can go into your Air Force tab in the top right here and then basically shift left click everything. And moving them all here. What people want to buy stuff from my market? Good. This gives a construction bonus. Very important for the build that we're going for. Okay, at this point, we're getting so many buy orders. We just want them to automatically be accepted. There you go. Okay, we're basically going to sell everything apart from a handful of fighters. Sell, exercise, go, delete, and then sell all the other planes on the market. Surprisingly, there's quite a big market for planes at the very start of the game. We're going to be selling them all. Sell, 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 buy, buy, buy. You get the idea. Then we'll spit out a few more cruisers off the back of it. Cruisers are so universal. They've got torpedo attack for capital ships. They've got screening light attack. They also have ability to detect submarines. They also have some good amount of HP. They're basically the jack of all trades. They're easy to make. I'll pump them out. Limited rearmament followed by motorized army, and it says for trucks, but wait a minute, Britain already has trucks, so what is this even for? Yep, that's right, you've already got the trucks. In this case, it's for Bren carriers, the mechanized, which will shave off at least 200 days ahead of time. We're going to do the classic exploit where Britain mobilizes in 1936. Got to wait for the Spanish Civil War, bank your political power, and free, easy industry. There you go, motorized army is done, but you've not got the bonus immediately, so you have to click onto something else, then click back. And there you go, you just shaved off 200, 300 days off the Bren carrier. Are you smart? Okay, next time we're not going to select a focus, then we're going to go for air safety night operations. There we go. I did think about that. Rubbing those 2 brain cells together. Hard work. So you 250 political power, 100 to send attaché, gives boost to the war support, then 152 partial mobilization to make sure you have at least 250 political power. Right, we've got air XP now, so we can actually make a proper plane. So in this case, select the most up-to-date fighter, even though you're not using that technology as Britain. Britain, what are you playing at? And then you're going to make lots of lights. With the Mayo, upgrade the engine, and with a turret. And there you go, 13 XP. And you've got yourself the most ideal 1936 fighter plane. All right, start to make mills. Build them basically in all the areas we've built the infrastructure up. The Spanish Civil War has arrived. In this case, we get to boost relations with the Republicans, and then immediately send an attaché, start boosting relations. Now you should have enough political power. There you go. Boom. Steady as she goes, gentlemen. And there you go. You're in partial mobilization. You get a massive construction boost for your military factories. Well, 10%, but well, it was minus 30%, so it's technically a minus 40%. Yeah, going from minus 30 to plus 10, which is a net gain of 40%. Wow, you do math. Myos. I don't care for them really. Queue them all up. So if you ever want to deal with Myos again and not bother you, just click through them all at like 1,000 miles an hour. There you go. Even the ones you can't even click, just click them anyway. We also need some gas as well. So in this case, we're going to make ourselves a cast fighter. In this case, he's going to have a bomb lock. He's going to have machine guns. He'll have a bigger engine. And we'll go for the high agility fighter design to give more XP to this guy. You probably go for cast for ground attack, but I want my planes to do good dog fighting abilities. In this case, this is the way forward. And we'll go for dive brakes. That's right. Britain in World War II, dive bombers. Did they really? No, they didn't. Okay. All right. We'll learn something new anyway. Because you're partially mobile now, you've got access to more of your oils, and therefore you can actually exercise your fleet. Which is what I'm going to do. Don't forget to exercise the planes on the carriers, though. Everyone forgets to do that. But not you. You're smart. I believe in you. Okay, we're going to go for a bit of artillery. And then we're going to go for land warfare facilities. Okay, TLDR. There's a thing called supply utilization that affects your experimental facilities, okay? The key to it is to build it near your capital, because therefore that's where supply always comes from. In this case, we're going to build one here, and we'll build one here, and then build one here. 3 is the tipping point. 4 has diminishing returns, so don't build more than 4. Okay, let's get some army offense in there. Ooh, but defense is pretty good too. Okay, we're actually going to go defense. The reason we're going defense is we're going to be stacking breakthrough. I think that might be the most amount of firepower to do the maximum damage. Usually tack is the no-brainer, but in this circumstance, breakthrough is key. Okay, industrial effort is next. We need the extra research slot. When you end up researching something really ahead of time, you occupy that slot for such a really long time, you're going to need extra slots to progress down your focus tree. Industry done. Next, research slots. Political power, the silent workhorse. This guy will pay himself back in about 2.5 years, I think. Or it might be less than that, actually. Breakthrough is available for our naval. We're not going to be focused on navy, so we're just kind of going to ignore that. All right, we're getting some production down now. Basic close air support. We've got the trucks going in, and we're pumping out some fighters. All looking pretty good now. So we're reaching a point now where we don't need to focus as many on mills, because our industry we've got going right now is already kind of pumping out. So in that case, we can kind of just move around and ease into our experimental facilities. Construction 3 is an important one, because construction speed is going to affect everything at the very start of the game. All right, the Vickers experimental facility, 35-day focus. And if London does not have an experimental facility, this will build one for free, which is very, very cheap for 35 days. And it is an air one. Will we be taking advantage of air? Not really, but we will take a breakthrough, a special project, if it's something that will benefit us. Okay, we've got 2 free research slots here. So what I like to do at this point is rush survivability studies and also rush heavy machine guns. They are 1 year ahead of time. They are going to take a really long time, but the earlier we can get some future technology and the more we can take advantage of a more advanced air force and ground forces. Vickers experimental facility is done. It's all about waiting for mechanized to finish now. We've got another 250 days, so it's going to be a while. In the meantime, what we're going to do is get our intelligence agency up and put some spies into Italy and Germany. Experimental air guys into jets, is into electronics. Helicopter, very good, very powerful. Not the focus of this video. The focus of this video is going to be armored support vehicles. However, helicopters are very useful, which we will find out later on. But I'm going to leave you in suspense. I'm not going to let you, I'm going to spoil it for you. All right, improvements for your planes. Speed, defense, speed, agility, very important. We'll get rid of that one. Wrong order. Air attack is a good one too. Agility, air force. There aren't really any particular ones that stand out more than they used to. They recently reworked this page, and it's not as effective as it used to be. But anyway, I've updated it. I've gone through the list. And I never have to return to that ever again until I get a policy at level 6. So we do need to return to it at some point. Anyway, we have a new experimental facility. Britain, unfortunately, does not have any scientists for land forces. Neglected in real life and neglected by Paradox. Big neglect. And this guy, Francis, is a tank specialist. Is this something we'll take advantage of? It actually will be. Oh, cool. All right. Here we go. So we're going to got the Flamers here, and we've also got Hobart's Funnies. I believe these are code names. They're not actually what the project was called. These were just names to keep it kind of under the radar of what we were working on. Anyway, here we go. So this is what the video is all about. We are going to be making armored engineer companies. Basically these. The Sherman, by the way. But we're British. We do have a British version as well, which I'll show you in a little while. Okay, we are going to go for a heavy tank. And it's just going to be based on using flame tanks, which will make sense when you see it. Trust me, it's one of those, it'll make sense when you see it moments. Anyway, home defense is what you got to do now, because your war support's really slow. When the Spanish Civil War ends, you're going to end up with below 25% war support, and you will get strikes because you're too mobilized. Spies. Let's take a look at Italy. Also, technology that's quite useful to do is range improvements. We're really good for the cast because you need to strike from a longer and further distance, and that extra range goes a long way. Dave, I thought this video was going to be land warfare. Why do you keep talking about air forces? Trust me, without a good air force, your land forces will mean nothing. It don't make sense. Patience, son. Okay, we need another attaché because our war support's dropped. Can you get another attaché? China. They have bad relations with us because we have Hong Kong. But if you boost relations enough, eventually they will like us. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, as the saying goes. Boom. Attaché. War support is back, baby. General rearmament. And this will get us our consumer goods down. Vauxhall. My first car was a Vauxhall. And we're going to focus on hardness for the mechanized and extra defense for the mechanized. Defense equates to breakthrough. Don't forget that. So stack them on top of each other. Trust me. It'll make all the difference. One of these moments of I don't usually do this, but today I am going to be focusing on getting the most soft attack out of my infantry. I want to be as strong as I can possibly be at the very start of the game. The most bang for my buck. Okay, we want to hire a scientist, but it costs 100 political power because Brent does not have any land force guys. Feels bad, man. We must wait for the political power. Range improvements. Very important for the CAS aircraft. In this case, we replace the machine gun with extra fuel tanks. Science! Another guy. Make sure you hire the guy who is the land force boyo. In this case, Gerlo. Anne. Okay, we could go for the flame one. Yeah, let's do the flame. But now we are focused on more of our ground game now. Almost time to get our second breakthrough. Almost there. In that case, we get to go for helicopters. It's insane how early you can get helicopters in Hoi 4. And wasn't it historically the first combat helicopter, like the 1950s or something like that? It might have actually been later, actually. Okay, we need engines. We need speed. So infantry tanks design a Vauxhall. The heavy tank is here. Then we're going to go for the armor of the tank. Even though we're not going to use the tank, but we need to basically unlock the armor to get the armor modules. The tank. And then queue up all the bonuses. Do you want speed and breakthrough, or do you want armor and defense? Defense on a tank? Come on, seriously? Okay, let's go for encourage colonial elite because that gives us research speed. Too little, too late, right? We'll have the mechanized too. Oh, the mechanized has actually done. Okay, we got mechanized now. All right, now this is where we really want to kick into our industry. This circumstance is now we really want to go for mechs. So we're going to be kind of reassigning a huge bunch of our military factories. And there we go. We're going to pump them out now. Okay, we have a template, which is this armor one. What we're going to do is add on motorize. Oh, it's either anti-air or artillery. Yeah, we need to have more bite to our army. In this case, we'll go for the artillery. That's going to be the template for the division that we go for anyway. Boom. And then we'll add one mechanized onto that. All right, let's exercise the boys. Then we can convert these over to the tank division. Well, mechanized division. There we go. Hobart's Funnies is arrived. We need so many factories now. And you can see we now have the Sherman Crab, which has a tank engine reliability. Very reliable, so that's why I really like that one. Anyway, top that off as well. We're going to start pumping out those as well. Don't need as many planes yet until we get the upgrades down. There you go. We're pumping those out. So these behave like support equipment. So it's basically this, but it's the equivalent for assault-based support companies. Doesn't make sense now, but you will make sense when I start playing it and using it. The heavy machine gun is done, and then followed naturally by survivability studies, which is a weird thing to study when you've not actually been to war. What are you actually studying? I don't even know. Anyway, my upgrade, big machine guns, and then you need self-sealing. Then also we're going to improve the CAS just by adding on bigger machine guns. Is that actually doable? No, it does become too heavy. In that case, we're actually not really improving it. No, we're not actually. I just want it to have actual proper combat capabilities. Yeah, heavy machine gun it is then. There we go. All right, we're going to deploy the planes and then upgrade all the fighters. So pop, pop, boom, boom, and go from there. We'll focus on the basic stuff now, get the guns down, and also get the support companies down. And now we've got the option to do an armored engineer company. This is what I talked about. It's an engineer, but it's an armored version. Top that off, we're actually going to need maintenance companies as well. We're all going to need logistics for the helicopters as well. There's a lot of things you need to research into and to produce to get this really good division. This is focusing way more on quality over quantity by a massive degree. It's time to make more mills. More mills. How do you like support companies? Yeah, I like those too. I don't like them. I love them. Okay, I do think I've gone a little bit overkill here. I have another facility. I realize there's just absolutely no need for this when you've gone too far. Yeah, I've actually gone completely too far. Unless I want to phase into something more advanced. Maybe later. All right, let's break up a few divisions. We'll start with 10 and go here, and they will be converted to the new motorized division. Okay, it looks like converting now is a lot more difficult than it used to be. You used to be able to pre-train them, and you won't lose as much XP, but it looks like Paradox has nerfed that one again. Rip. Okay, we need to go for a guy who is a Panzer officer. Do you know what? I'm not even sure if I believe that anymore. End of the day, I think we just need to go for someone who can be trained up and become a mech leader. I don't think it matters as much as it used to. As long as he's not politically connected and lose XP, that's all I really care about. Anyway, bold attack. We are going to go down the left path. We're going to go down the assault path, which is about raw planning bonus. Which I recently discovered is the one that actually has quite a lot of bang for your buck. And Montgomery is going to be the boy that's going to be attached on due to his logistics wizard's abilities. He is a wizard. Maintenance is done. Now we can get the maintenance armored company. Hardest part with this is when you exercise them to level 3, it does take quite a long time. So it is a difficult thing to do. You do tend to burn a lot of equipment when you're exercising. Some part of me just says that it might be better just to leave them at level 2, but that 25% attack bonus is just so big. Could I ignore it? Can I ignore it? Will I ignore it? No. No, I won't. Colonial Elite, and we do have the logistics too, so in that case we're going to go for the logistics helicopters. But not yet, unfortunately, because we have not got the helicopters. Soon. We'll do a bigger dive into the differences with support companies. And with that, I'll give you more of a breakdown of how they differ and why the new armored versions and the helicopter versions are significantly better. We're going to be issuing gas masks because apparently gas attacks are going to be very popular in World War II. Are they though? Are they though? Another 6 divisions. Change those. Over. Okay, we're a little bit behind on mechanized now. We'll upgrade it with the Mayo and then also reduce the production costs. How much? Oh, the possible cheapest. The fact that you can reduce the cost of a mechanized by half is just absolutely insane. And I won't say no to it because that's what I like to do. Anyway, mechanized. Boom. And then we want to kind of add on maybe 2 more cavalry. 3 more. 25 combat width is a really good, strong combat width. That's what I'm going to go for. Right now, unfortunately, we're very behind on all equipment types, so it's something we're going to have to spend a lot of catch-up with. The Armored Engineer Company has arrived. And it's simply this. It's no longer engineer. We now have an Armored Engineer and also an Armored Engineer Support Company. It says what it is. I mean, the Armored Engineer is a version which has all these numbers, basically. In this case, it's a more improved armored version of an engineer. There are some pros and cons, though. The infantry version is better for defending rivers, defending jungle, defending marshes. So there's a 10% difference between those few stats. It just looks like the base defense is a little bit lower as well if you look at the top number. However, it is better bang for your buck when it comes down to stats, but it will cost you more. Alternatively, you can go for the Assault Engineer Company. So here, this is focusing on attack. So look at all the terrain differences here. Attack into marshes, jungles, big attack into urban, big attack into forts, but you're losing the defense bonuses. So you basically, it's got an engineer for defense and an engineer for offense. In this case, of course, we're going to go for the offense. Just that easy. The flamethrower has arrived. So we're focused on so much tech today. Although there are a few other armored versions here. This is the standard one. This is a different version with these different variations. Like I guess this is the British version with the Churchill. And this is the American version. It feels like this technology should come a little bit later, you know? Maybe it should require Engineer 2 or something. I don't know, it just kind of feels a bit weird, that. Because technically Shermans and Churchills were kind of like 1940s tech, weren't they? Anyway, armor. We are going to make a flame tank. Flame tanks have changed a little wee bit since their first iteration. We'll go into the change in a little bit later. Anyway, we need to focus on speed with a Christie suspension. On top of it off as well, we're going to have some sloped armor as well. Wet ammunition. And I'm going to pop on some barrels. Now, barrels allow you to hold on to your fuel and supplies for longer. So, therefore, your division can survive longer into deeper into territory. We'll also make it a flame tank. Boom. Focusing, obviously, primarily on speed. Artillery. It'll be worth it, trust me. Gas masks. Trust me, it's going to be worth it. Selling ships to Portugal. It's definitely going to be worth it. Preparing for the inevitable. Definitely worth it. Oh, hang on. 10% construction. Okay, I should have got that a lot earlier. For building mills. Behind a motorized here, easy fix. All you do is you hop into here, then you just switch out. Switch out. There you go. Now you've swapped efficiency from motorized for mechanized. You're going to be pumping these babies out at quite a fast rate, so it's going to be easy to make up the difference. 2 breakthroughs. You know what's coming. Helicopter, helicopter. So helicopters unlock a support company, and this is what it is. There's lots of little things that support companies do, like XP loss, a little bit of supply reduction, a little bit of ore gain, and also trickle back and war support trickle back and division recovery. It's like lots of little things that all support companies already do. So it's basically the jack of all trades. But then it has like speciality helicopters such as medivac ones, supply helicopters, reconnaissance helicopters. And those ones do what regular reconnaissance support and transport do, but then to more of a higher degree. Basically, helicopters on steroids. Do you like the smell of napalm in the morning? Armaments, maintenance, companies, flamers. Oh, look how many tanks are in this division too. Flamers, flamers. And then we add on support AA. Yep. Okay. Have we got enough tanks for this? Better artillery, upgrade that immediately. Oh my goodness. Better soft attack. Best to focus on that immediately. Get them to level 3, then modify your division as much as you can, because then leveling from 2 to 3 doesn't take a lot of time. Support companies don't damage the XP of your divisions by much. At least then you don't have to lose lots of equipment when you exercise them to level 3. You want to love? Refuge to German scientists and Italian ones too. Give me the research boost. You could go free trade too if you desperately wanted to claw back some of that XP. Okay, we're going to start doing our upgrades now for our agency. Britain is really good at cryptology, so let's do the cryptology bonuses. Another 6 divisions. Mechanize them up. What am I behind on? Mechanize, armored support, and flamers. That's fine. Once again, if you hover over them, you get an idea of how much you need to focus your production on that said item. 26 days for mechanized, 95 days for armored support, and flame tanks, 470. So you can clearly see what is needed the most of. Mechanized 2, we can start modifying the division. I think what we'll do now is we'll do this, then we'll do mechanized. Well, I just did this like a really dumb trick where you get to convert them all over by changing it to a tank, and then change it back to infantry. That way you don't have to click through them all manually. It's a little old. One of those old tricks. Oldest trick in the book. Africa. Care about Africa, right? Britain cares about Africa. Really? Anyway, divisions from Australia. Divisions from the Raj. And then anyone else around here wants to give divisions? Malaya doesn't have any divisions. Canada? Canada? 2 divisions? Just the 2? 17 divisions in total. Okay, and what you basically do is put your divisions here, because you need to be able to defend this area, otherwise it'll just balloon out. You don't want to be fighting in Central Africa. Please don't fight in Central Africa. Please don't do that. And you know, decrypt the Italians. The Italians are the #1 enemies to begin with. Then we've got bigger fish to fry. We have actually reached the point now that we're actually making too many mills, and we're kind of hurting our industry. This is the one weird part of the game where you kind of divert back to civilian factories just to keep your import industry alive. Well, you are going to be using more of that as the game progresses anyway. Trust me on that one. Okay, these guys are almost level 3. When they become level 3, we immediately port them over to North Africa. I'm going to show you the power of these divisions now. You're not prepared for this, trust me. The amount of... Well, you usually see me demolish the Italians quite easily. But on the degree I'm going to be doing it in a moment is something you've never seen before in your entire life. Hold on to your butts. Alan Turing! Extra cryptology, decryption. All right, the boys have arrived. The supply is bad. All pretty standard. Is what I could do in the meantime is do logistics companies, and then we can convert them to helicopter logistics, which will reduce their supply significantly more. Okay, there's actually too many divisions here, so I'm gonna have to pull a few off. Once again, these divisions are so high in supply. I'm just gonna leave a few behind. There we go. And then we do motorized priority. Oh, that's actually fixed the problem. Oh, maybe I can have them all on the front line then. I have a few more on the front. Helicopters. Do you want to focus on speed, maneuverability, safety, or increased armor? Armor. When you get into the disperse or concentrated tech upgrade, don't forget, you can build more factories because it expands the amount of factories you can have per state. I'll build them up in those high infrastructure regions. All right. Heading towards World War II now. Are you prepared? I feel like I am. I'm feeling pretty confident. Go for the advanced flamethrower. So this is the improvement to flame tanks now. There's a module with a more advanced flamethrower in it. It has triple the soft attack and double the breakthrough. And it also has a passive bonus to all support companies too. In this case, urban attack or fort attack. I mean, it's all pretty good to be fair with you. The only issue is that these numbers don't mean a great deal because you have to have such a penalty because it's classed as a flame tank. It doesn't really make a big difference to the amount of firepower that the flame tank has, but it's something. Germany has declared war. on Poland. Commiserations, gentlemen, but Britain is at war. Do the classic force strike to deny naval invasions. France has joined the war. We got our world war on our hands, boys. Because I'm using Commonwealth troops here, I need to make sure I call all of them into the war, because weird things can happen sometimes where they'll attack you. You're losing land, but your Commonwealth troops aren't fighting, they're just retreating because you didn't join the war. It is what it is. Poland, hold on, brother. Okay, I think it's time for a fully mechanized division now. Heck. Ah, you've got too many trucks. Next, heavy. Air defense is important because they max out all the anti-air in southern England. And that way, if they do bombers, which way they will bombers, it will reduce the amount of damage significantly. Good opportunity to train your fighter pilots here. Deploy all the boys. Split a few off. Put them into France here. Fight. Fight. And get some air doctrines as well. And you can see we're trading against them incredibly well. The more you fight them in the air earlier on, the less planes they'll have, and the more advantage you'll have to be defending other parts of the world. You know, I always get a lot of crap from this, but I am not going to be defending France today because the game ends way too quickly, and I want a nice, long, exciting game, and you can't really do that when France just holds out. Plus, it doesn't make the game very exciting either. Type 1 in the comments if you want an exciting game. No, Dave, please, make the game really boring. I don't want to be having fun today. You gain so much air XP from just going petty dogfights. I love it. Military Training Act, which gives us a bunch of manpower back. Brits do not want to fight. Well, you have no choice. There's a war coming. So not only are you shooting down fighters to get air superiority, you're also shooting down their CAS as well. Cut that off as well. Don't forget to encrypt everything. When you've decrypted the Italians, don't forget to do Germans. And don't forget to get the upgrades to get more decryption as well. Told you, Britain is very good at decrypting, so take advantage of that. Also, the free bonus for free XP. Cost command power 25, and you get a massive amount of XP for both countries, so press it. It's a win. You can do it for Poland and Ethiopia. The Italians now will not join the war immediately. They'll historically join the war when the Germans have started to invade and push into France, and that's when they'll try and grab a slice of Savoy, and then the war will begin for reals. Here we go. The helicopter is done. Okay, this isn't a crucial part. The helicopter. Here we go. We need to start producing these babies immediately. And then we're going to immediately start researching to the support company for helicopters, which in this case is logistics. Well, actually, no, we actually need that technology. Boom. There we go. 170 days again. Oh, come on, bro. And then might as well do logistics too. And then maintenance too. Yeah, maintenance too as well. So, get this. There are two kinds of helicopters I mentioned earlier. There's the regular one, and then there's a logistics one. In this circumstance, I think we're going to have the helicopter here, which is a support company. You can see the bonuses here. A little bit of supply reduction, support, trickle back, war support, bonuses to HP, etc., etc. We're going to go for it because it reduces supply, and we're going to have double helicopters in this. Double armor, triple armor, and then double helicopters. You tend to find that the firepower of these divisions is all based upon their ability to not get hit. In this case, their hardness is so high that most shots just bounce off them anyway. Okay, in this circumstance, what I might do is just take off a single mech and then add on a support AA, just so it has some AA capabilities. I'm a little bit nervous that my divisions don't have enough AA. Anyway, the lowlands are getting invaded. Am I going to be helping out? Maybe a little bit. Yep, you go here, you go here, you go here, and then you go here. 1,000 planes. Embargo Germany is not a thing anymore because we're at war. We don't trade with the enemy. Okay, the heavy tank's done now, but what really sucks is you never get a flame tank that auto upgrades. You have to basically manually upgrade it, which is super sad, but it is what it is. Extra hard attack and piercing. You improve that and it makes no difference to the stats whatsoever. What a my upgrade. All right, in this case, flame, welded. We might not need diesel in this case. We might be able to go gasoline. Then the Christie suspension, whack on the engine. Then we do the sloped armor, and then just the barrels, right? And then we have 8.3 speed and decent reliability. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. France will not hold. It is what it is. But however, look at the ratios of those planes. Once again, you've said it a million times. I'm going to call this the feedback gaming design. It is basically this. It's good, and you know it. 1940s, what a time to be alive. Okay, boom. The boys are going to attack now, and we're basically going to show you a little bit of micro in Hearts of Iron 4. So what we're basically going to do is this. We're holding shift and right click, and then we're basically shifting around the front line to create encirclements on the front. Now we need air support because our actual push ability to actually push and crack the front line is limited. We'll let the AI take care of that though, and we'll just assign it on. At the same time, I don't care for France anymore. All right, the planes are going to arrive any moment then, and then you'll notice the breakthrough will start as we start hammering them with close air support damage, which causes the divisions to do actual damage, plus they'll suffer from strength and org damage as they're getting hit from the planes as well. Have they arrived? Are we doing damage yet? Yes, there we go. They've arrived. You can see the first strike here from the cast. We're whacking into them here. Another whack. Done. One of them's trying to retreat, so we're just going to pin them in with a single division. Usually a single division isn't enough firepower to hold them in, but in this case, we've encircled them, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. We're going to wrap around here, S to split. So half of them are going here. Then I split them into two. They went here. I'm trying to show you the hotkeys I'm pressing at the same time. I'm going to go here and try and get an encirclement on Tobruk. However, most of the divisions are to the south of Tobruk. So maybe I want to go up from here. It's kind of hard to go around the north coastline. Ethiopia requests lordship of the islands. No, not today. Anyway, more divisions. We'll sign those to the front. Get them moving forward. Max out our spy networks. In that case, get more spies inside of Italy. Top left as well. This guy that I signed ages ago and I forgot about, he's actually pushing now and he's doing an actual decent job too. What a lad. You're at war now, so don't forget you can mobilize your economy, but beware you need 300, well actually in my case 450 conscription to be able to do that. Otherwise I'm going to put myself in a situation where I'm going to run out of manpower. Okay, the north of this is mountains. Why is Tobruk mountains? Is it really mountains in real life? Anyway, we're going to push basically around the south. Now we're pushing into desert. The only penalty we're going to experience is attrition. And as you can see, we just like a knife through butter, just slice all the way through. It's like there's nobody even there. We attack in the northwards though, because we want to make sure. I got encircled then. What happened there? I've never seen that before. For some reason, it classed that as an encirclement. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Moving over, we're going to create another encirclement. That's actually triggered me, that actually. I'm actually really triggered by the fact that I got encircled, even though I was pushing on the front. If anyone can explain that, that might have been a glitch. I don't know what happened. Anyway, regardless, keep pushing. You crack them open. Off you go. Got like a lot of divisions here, so I'm going to continue the front and keep pushing. The secret to this is not just to make encirclements. You want to keep pushing and advancing the front line. So you're pinning them in, but then you continue to move westward as you go. When they're in one province like this, they're suffering from the encirclement penalty, which is a really big one to attack and defense. So it makes a lot of difference. In this case, there's an open front in the north, so I'm going to wiggle around, see if I can get to Benghazi. There's another open division, so I'll wiggle around, see if I can get to Benghazi. We're also going to attack and be aggressive. Make sure all the divisions are attacking automatically, and then just keep pushing, keep advancing the front. Actually, kind of funny to see the camels on the Italian side. That's pretty cool. All right, everyone moving forward. Wiggle to the front. I'm going to control B to railway them to the front too. It's always a good idea not to push into the port that you want to grab, but also try and push below and the south of it so you can try and make an encirclement on it. Top that off as well. Keep pushing. Go here. Then another one go here. So we're trying to make encirclements as we further push forward here. As you can see, we're completely outgunning them in every way, shape, and form. So in this circumstance, I'm not really too worried about losing, but I am kind of worried that if I don't encircle enough divisions, I'm going to get stuck in the middle of Libya, which you never want to do because you're going to be stuck in the desert. It does look like I'm probably going to get stuck though because there are too many divisions that I've not been able to encircle. I am going to push on Benghazi here and see if I can encircle it. We're not going to get around here. I'm going to try though. It's all going to come down to the amount of hardness my division's got. That's my ability to fight. It's also going to come down to the speed of my divisions. That's why I focus on the flame tanks being so fast. Now the speed of this division is 8.2 kilometers per hour. You look closely on one of the divisions and hover over here, you can actually get an idea of what's causing the speed issues if you're having speed problems. The lowest base speed, it does say, is 4 kilometers per hour. I wonder if that's something to do with the logistics company. No, it is 8.2. No, it is right. It is right. Those modifiers that I was looking at there was based upon the certain terrain modifiers such as infrastructure. If there's no roads, of course, you're not going to go very fast with your mechanized. That's a beautiful encirclement. That went really well. I didn't think I was going to get any further than that. It looks like that went really, really well. Right click on Tripoli. Keep going. So once this is the place you get usually stuck with your supply. So my advice is just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep push. Okay, Germany has taken out France. Supply issues. Is it trains? No, it is trucks. So we'll prioritize a few more trucks. I am not focusing on supply trucks, so we'll go for there. And that should prioritize them, the new trucks, for supply over everything else. Supply is super crucial for what I'm doing. There's too many divisions here. I'm going to get stuck. Yeah, by the looks of things, I'm probably going to get stuck here. Alternatively, what you do is you build a port. I'd really like to get around you, though. Every opportunity is not a matter of breaking the divisions on the front, but it's a matter of getting around the back of them. You don't fight the same way in Africa than you fight in all of Europe. And then another encirclement. That's went pretty well. So there's an opportunity to push here. I want to make sure I go around here. So I'm basically right-clicking and planning the attack route that I'm going to be doing. The logistics 2 is done now. I don't have logistics for planes now. I'm still working on that. Work in progress, boys. Engineer 2, very important, because it gives bonuses for your flame tanks. Well, they've not. They've removed that. There used to be a bonus for flame tanks. Oh, it is here. It's the ones here. Apparently 2 doesn't, but 3 and 4 does. And of course, there's the standard flame bonus as well that you get from here, which we'll finish off now. No longer ahead of time, so why not? All right, you guys are pushing forward. I'm breaking northwards. And that's another encirclement. Same again. Another one. Keep pushing. Yep, it doesn't look like we can push any more from this position. This is a scary position to be, particularly if there's a multiplayer game, because you would run out of supplies. So my advice to you is here, if you want to take advantage of the situation, you pull back to the port you've just built. Be very, very careful, because you could get encircled from this position. Very easy for the AI to encircle. Ooh, careful. Pin them in here, because there's a chance they could have encircled us there. There you go. Now we're in a position where we can pull away. Oof. I actually was sweating a little bit there. Intense sweats activated. Okay, we have a mechanized arms expert now, giving a massive bonus to defense for mechanized. And also we can make him a combined arms specialist, which gives a big bonus to attack and defense for mechanized, which will take advantage of combined arms, logistics, and that's it for now. All right, we're in a good spot right now. We need to just gain back all of our supplies, and then we can get back on the front. Waiting for the strength to come back. Man, we're missing a lot of equipment. A lot of equipment. In that circumstance, what I'm actually going to do is peel off a few of these. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I think we've got the helicopters now. We do. So we've got the helicopter supply. So I'll click those in. So we'll replace the regular logistics for transport helicopters. And this means we gain speed. And we also reduce supply by 2%. It's not massive, but the more bonuses you get, the more you can stack with that. Okay, well, the reason why the supply is so bad here is we are getting hit by convoy raiders. In that circumstance, what we'll do is bring our ships over. Easily fixed. Bring the boys over. And then start convoy raiding. Put them on aggressive. Auto break off. And go from there. We're going to supply by land with trains. And then simultaneously at the same time, we're going to intercept the submarines from the Italians. Okay, here we go. All the supplies are magically come back now. The question would be is how do we go about this? What I would recommend is make a front line. Build your planning bonus. Oh, I've just realized I've run out of fuel. America, help us out. At the same time, we've run out of convoys and trains, so we'll take those off the market. We might have to take off one of our fleets off the front line. Yeah, we will. We'll take that one off. Then we've got a little bit of fuel trickling back in. That's good. French divisions, I don't care for them. Research and radar. Will we take advantage of that? Probably not. Deploy those boys on the front. Get exercising them. We'll put them on a defensive general. Staff office plan. Going to get that planning bonus. Are we going to take advantage of the new doctrines? Yep. Okay, we have 5 divisions there. So what I'm going to do is this. So we're going to right click here, go here to here. Then do the same thing again. Then do the same thing again. And then if you go 5 speed now, we just absolutely blitzkrieg. Oh, they got overrun. So overrun is kind of like an encirclement. But what they tried to do is retreat. But because our speed was so much faster than their ability to retreat, we overtook them. And then they had to surrender. And it looks like we're going to get an encirclement on Tripoli here. And because we've got so much organization due to the fuel barrels and the fuel extra supplies, we're able to maintain this attack for a longer duration. And there you go. I've got advanced flamers as well. And we can enhance the flamethrower on this tank now. So flame 1, 2, flame 2. Which triples soft attack and 20%, 30% extra breakthrough. Not massive because they're big penalties due to the fact that we're a flame tank. It is what it is. Anyway, finish off, boys. And then once you've cleared up, make a fallback line. Oh, that one lonely. Oh, 2 lonely Italian divisions. And they're gone. You blinked and you missed it. All right, Mech 1. Followed naturally by Mechanized 2. We also do have an improvement now for our automotive manufacturer, an extra policy. There aren't really any good choices here. No, I'm not really feeling any of these, to be honest with you. I think we'll just go for the reliability. We'll queue up these bonuses as well. Breakthrough or soft attack. Piercing, hard attack. Once again, not all of these appeal to me. Okay, we're intercepting the screens now in the Mediterranean and doing big damage. That's good. What we can do now is these extra planes, we'll take advantage of them and do naval strike. That's the beauty of having dive bombers. You can just convert them over from, oh, they're doing a bit of cast, helping my divisions. And all of a sudden now they're striking enemy ships, submarines, and convoy raiders across the Mediterranean. We're getting rid of them, but very, very slowly. I don't think our submarine detection is very high. I think we could probably do with the radar here. We are researching more advanced radar, so we'll slowly and truly catch up. Britain has a genius, an amphibious assault genius, which increases planning speed. Go for it. It's really required. Also, there's no reason not to assign your military staff now because you gain a command bonus. It's a recent change. Sign it, add it on. Trust me, it's worth it. Okay, moment where I don't usually do this, but I love to defend Greece. I love to defend Greece. And what I'm going to do immediately, just move them over. Then we build a big airbase in the south. Then we can move all the planes over and do some insane damage. All right, the boys have arrived. We're a little bit late. I'm so sorry about this. But remember, these divisions aren't like any other division. It's not based on raw firepower. This is based upon mechanized, which have insane hardness and also insane defense. And right now, I don't think they're going to be able to progress any further. Nope. Nope. Now, the grandstanding of the mechanized against the Italians. Okay, landing into Sicily is a bit cliche. I have done it a billion times, so I do feel a bit uncomfortable having to do that again. This feels way more natural to me. So what do we do here? Do we wait for them? Or do we try and push in the mountains? I don't know. Thorough planner. Extra planning bonus, because we are stacking the planning bonus, don't we? Further. And then do those air doctrines too. Navy doctrines as well. Submarine detection. Important for what we're going to be doing. Also, better radar is also worth it as well. Need to detect those submarines. Low on rubber. Get it from Malaya. All right. Can we make an encirclement here in the mountains? This is another one of these reasons why I usually don't attack in these locations for that exact reason. Okay. Everyone else, activate, close air support, attach on. Maybe this will give it enough firepower to break. It actually looks like it might be. Go on. Ah, we can't reinforce only one division at a time. The combat width here is 25. I'm 24 though. Never mind, I broke. Okay, there we go. That was difficult. Yes, the amount of armor these divisions have is absolutely stupid. And you can just make pushes on the front line like that. Yes, that makes sense. And the Germans have brought their troops and the Romanians too, and they're like, ooh, okay. Oh, didn't expect the Brits to be so strong. Oh, they've landed behind us, you fools. That's actually kind of cool. And respect where credit's due, okay? Do a little bit of convoy raiding, maybe? This will severely bait them out. Yeah, it will. If I get to turn around here and I've got... Oh, I haven't got supply here. Ooh, this could be deadly. This could be encirclement town. No, it isn't. No. Captured Athens again. we blinked and we missed the big battle. Radar in Cyprus. Radar in Gibraltar. Yeah, I just maxed all that crap out. What is happening here? This is a stupid amount of divisions in one location. Is something stupid about to happen? It actually kind of looks like it. Can we get a wrap around here? And it kind of looks like we are actually pulling this off. I've got the air support here. We've run out of manpower, so expensive. Joints. Military exercises. More. And that's just a ridiculous amount of free XP. Thank you, fellow allies, for helping us out. I guess it's meant to represent how the allies won the war, isn't it? It was sharing intelligence and collaboration between the allies to get to the conclusion that they got to. Pushing into the mountains is incredibly difficult, though. Become a mountaineer soon, fella. But the beauty of this is the battles are going on for so long is because they don't have much hard attack. My mechanized have so much hardness. It's just that, well, they can't deal enough damage to us to de-aug us. All right, we're moving out. Give it a few seconds. 3, 2, 1, and boom. In again. Can't pierce us. Wow. But we can't break anyway because we're pushing into mountains. We can't break the mountains, but we can break the straits here. I'll just chew into here. Pop that one in here. Right click. So have you noticed, guys, I'm focusing a lot more heavily on the micro on this video because I'm making a division that hits really hard. It's kind of cool to play out a lot of the micro and show it to you. If you want to know the hotkeys I'm pressing is S to split, which just splits half the army. And then I do shift and right click to attack to make like a full front line and a little snake to the front. Go here, then here. Oh, there, you seem to be wrapped around the back. I got you now. And then, is that enough? Yeah, we got a few divisions encircled. I actually want to do this, and I feel uncomfortable when I say it and when I do it, but I'm going to do it. But I think I want to do a breakthrough here and just see how far we get. I think we can max our air doctrines now too. Yep, that's maxed. Add on some more planes. So the air support's making a big difference. When you're up against difficult terrain like mountains, the only thing that can crack it really is combined arms. powerful planes matched up with powerful ground forces. And that will crack open any difficult terrain type. We've got a wrap around here, so I kind of want to wrap into Bulgaria here. And then I want to push into the south here too of Greece. And the Greeks probably love us in this timeline, don't they? Like, oh, the saviors, the Brits who came to save us. And the French are like, why didn't they bring their mechanized divisions to defend France? That's a good question. All right, boom, we're here. We have arrived. And you have been encircled. Man, an encirclement in the mountains of the Balkans. What timeline is this? Be very careful to close down these pockets, because otherwise you'll be in a situation they'll counterattack and do a lot of damage to you. Don't be in that situation. And you can see the battling in the mountains here quite furiously, because it's quite difficult terrain to break. But you can see here, like, we've lost half of the Italian army. Pop. All right. I feel like in a position here where I've kind of slightly overextended. Yeah, how? Look at these divisions here in Bulgaria. What is this? I guess I could cap Bulgaria, I suppose, couldn't I? So what I'm going to do is the classic tactic is break them off, sign a general, defensive guy. No, not you. You. And then do a last stand. And that way that if I want to save them and break them out, I can hold on for a little bit longer. 5 days, 3 days. Oh, it doesn't matter. They've been saved anyway. It didn't matter anyway. There we go. Attach them back on. Makes me wonder, if I get enough firepower, whether I could be in a situation where I could hit even harder. Bulgaria. 65% capitulation. So the issue we're running into right now is we don't have enough divisions to hold the front line and make powerful enough jabs and attacks. So what I'm going to do is a 4-bat line here. And when we build entrenchment in, we can really dig in deep. And then they'll never be able to break us from that position. All right, we've got another army back at home that's trained up and ready to go. Just exercised and ready for the front. We have now Logistics Wizard. Hang on a minute. I thought this was a combined arms guy. Oh, that's this guy. Never mind. Ignore him. Different dude. It's a different guy. Feel kind of bad for some of these Greek troops. They pushed all the way forward from us and were like, they didn't get the order. They didn't get the memo that we were retreating. What's the right move here? Because I don't want to commit to this region if I'm not able to win. But what's the right move? Because the truth is you would knock out Italy, wouldn't you? And then you could work on the other majors, couldn't you? Do you know what? I want to commit in this region, actually. I'm really enjoying this. So what I'm going to do is grab all my mechs. And I'm going to bring them to this front line. We're going to have basically a double mechanized army. I have one when you can have two. Okay. More opportunities to push now with more divisions. And the easiest encirclements in the world are just presented to me on a silver platter. Thank you, Bulgaria. I appreciate that. The downside of pushing is that you burn your planning bonus like 4 times faster. I think it decays. So as much as this looks really good, the downside is that you just don't get to take advantage of longer sustained pushes. Are we really going to do this today of all days? Is this the day we're going to do this? The Universal Carrier is done. Then we have the Churchill Kangaroo is next. We'll start producing those now. Those are better because they've got more breakthrough. And they've also got more hardness. And they just naval invade directly behind me again. Good job we got control more land this time though, isn't it? And we're in a position now where we've got access to ports further in the Balkans. Surprising. Oh, we've took our navy away. That's why. Okay, that explains a lot of things. Do naval invasion support here. Okay, we're going to clearly knock out Bulgaria now. So even the Soviet Unions get a piece of the pie. Classic Black Sea naval invasion by the Russians. Nice meme. There's an opportunity for encirclement here. I can see that the gathering here. What happens if you push the front line and you can beat in the divisions? You tend to find the front lines get really thin like this. Or they get really thick like this. What's happening is they're bunching together as you're pinning them in place. And that gives you an opportunity to counterattack a bit like this. Where you get to do a lot of damage and potentially encircle them. It tends to only tend to happen more effectively when you're in situations when you completely overwhelm them. Right now it looks like they're about to get out. So it doesn't look like I'll be able to get the encirclement. No. Yeah, they're pushing here and doing lots of damage. And we're getting encirclement of a few divisions. Ragtag bunch of Romanian troops. Would they have made a difference to the war anyway? Very few people reference Romania in World War II. I wonder why that is. I feel like they're the most reluctant member of the Axis, you know? I love the name of this. Alexandroupolis. Yes. Greece. That's a country. And then you slowly melt those divisions. Also, I realize I've run out of fuel. And I also realize I can upgrade my guns. And I also realize that I'm capturing enemy equipment here with these encirclements because I've got capture ratio, haven't I? 20%. Yeah. In that case, we can start upgrading stuff further. Yeah, we can. Let's do logistics 3. So I told you we were going to talk about how they differed. In this case, look, every upgrade is getting additional supply usage reduction, but we're stacking two kinds of helicopters, standard ones and transport ones, for 12% more for both. So overall, the stacking amount here gets exponentially high. Also, upgrades. The armored maintenance recon gives division recovery rate, plus it also gives extra capture ratio of 2%. But it also gives... Well, actually, it's based upon the amount of armored company of tanks. Oh, I didn't know that. So it scales based upon that. It used to be a flat bonus. Okay, that's cool. And also, the final thing, I know there's more, right? The other helicopter, the hospital one, which we're not using. So why would I talk about that? Anyway, it gives division recovery rate as well, based upon infantry that's a part of the division. I just thought I'd throw that in as well. So pause the front line, make a battle plan, gain some planning bonus, and then you can basically coordinate your attacks. So right now I can see there's a bunch of divisions here, but these ones are having supply problems. So I realized that could be an issue. And this is quite thin on this front line. And these are hills. So what I'm basically doing is just slide through the mountains here and then make an encirclement in the south. Is that enough? Yeah, it is. There you go. Boom. Oh, and they push around the back here. Okay, I wasn't prepared for that. I push in this direction and then I make the encirclement bigger. And then they encircle me. Wow, AI. What are we doing today? This is definitely opposite day. Anyway, we make the encirclement. And joyfully, due to all the shenanigans, we also make the encirclement bigger. Another one. Bigger. Go. Be aggressive. Off you go. Right now, with the firepower that we've got and the amount of hardness we've got. So again, stacking hardness is big in this game. So once again, when we push again, you can see the hardness is so high. The amount of damage we do is just absolutely massive. He's now a combined arms expert, giving 10% extra defense and attack. Defense is huge. Hold on to your butts, boys. I hope you're ready for this. So this division now has total defense of almost 1,000. How stupid is that? It's insane, isn't it? Yes, 1,000 attack. Yes, that makes perfect sense. All right, let's capture a lot of victory points for Romania. Then we can cap Romania. Then we can cap Hungary. Croatia's just spawned for some reason. What a strange time for Croatia to spawn. Okay, then we get to cap them instantly. Yes, we do. We get to capture them immediately. Brovnik, and there you go. We've just capped Croatia. Okay, that makes sense. Romania's been capped now. Now we direct our front line towards here. USA would like to join the war. That probably means that the Japanese have joined the war. Then we make another push. In a front line here, it's not one that's a field marshal one. You have to hold shift and right click to do a field marshal front line. Croatia's just capped again. Okay, this is all working as intended. The double cap of Croatia was always what I intended to do. Okay, we're going to be a spy master now, and then we're going to rescue that spy. Isn't rescuing spies fun? Isn't it one of the most fun things to do in Hearts of Iron 4? Why'd you make me do this? I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually enjoying these divisions. They're so unbelievably rock hard. Doing so much damage, it feels really, really good. What I'm doing right now is I can see them push, and I'm basically holding shift and right clicking on the victory points. And therefore we're pushing towards the victory points, then potentially capping Romania. Romania, and that's Romania, that's Hungary. There you go, capped. Towards there, towards that victory point, and towards that victory point. Take the 3 victory points of Slovakia. Actually, there's 4. Go for the middle one too. Another one, another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and boom, another one. Do we cap Slovakia? Yeah, Slovakia's gone. German-Hungary. Interesting. Never seen that before. German-Hungary? Promoting Hungarianism. He's a National Socialist. Ah, this video has been demonetized. It's a puppet of Germany. It must be something to do with like the Italians, where if they fall and they collapse, they become a protectorate. Oh my god, Yugoslavia. Big Yugoslavia. How do you feel about that, guys? Big Yugo Strunk. There also are a bunch of Reichskommissarats as well. So I could cap those as well. Oh, Warsaw, that's a big one. And we've also got Prague. Prague. I love Prague. Once again, we're in another situation now where we're spreading out super thin because I'm trying to snake 2 victory points, and I want to find myself in situations where I'm going to end up getting encircled if I'm not careful. Nah, I don't really want to do that. Kind of want to clear these eastern pockets here so I can focus more on the northern front. What we'll do is consolidate our front lines, which I hate to do this because that means we have to fall back to a certain degree. And do that. Okay, well, what I'm not doing right now, the Soviets are doing for me. And I thought I was creating the best possible timeline. Britain saving itself from World War II was actually creating the worst timeline. The Soviets winning World War II. Soviet Union controls Sicily. Guys, make it make sense, okay? Make it make sense. Okay, Logistics 3 is finished now, and we've got a massive supply reduction. I'll show you why. So we remove the helicopter, and we remove the other helicopter, and the supply right now for this division is 1.89. It's quite high, that's quite a chunky division. Put the helicopters back on again. Supply now for this entire division is less than 1. 0.96. That's insane. Offensive division is offensive and also does not require much supply. Okay, the Navy is really draining my economy right now because I have to import a crap ton of fuel to maintain it. So back to port, cut the imports from America. And now we just have to rely on the fuel, well, a trickle amount of fuel to keep the Air Force up. My mind can't get my head around that the Soviet Union is going to be one to cap Italy. It's weird, but I love it. Unless I intervene. Do I intervene? Yeah, why not? Self-office plan. Give me planning bonus. 82%. Can we go higher than that? Max the doctrine out. No, that doesn't give me extra, but... Oosh. Oh my god, look at all the green bubbles. Not a single red... Ignore that one. Ignore that one. Not a single red one in sight. Green, my favorite color. Italy has splintered, and it is a Soviet puppet. I do like the way the Civil War works. That's probably one of the best change when Italy got its focus tree. The idea that it could splinter and dissolve. I know playing as Italy is not fun when that happens to you, but I think it's a really cool concept where nations can be defeated in different ways other than just capping them completely like the way you do with Germany. Ethiopia has been liberated. Can we help them out? The final push. That is a mighty fine push. Okay, let's have a look at the numbers. So I inflicted 1 million casualties on the Germans. Wow, I did nothing compared to the Soviets, 3.4. What about the Italians? They're not even in the list anymore. Oh, they're under capitulated, aren't they? I inflicted 1.5 million against them, so I did most of the damage there. Once again, Brits fighting the Italians. Classic, right? I love how when you get your hardness so unbelievably high, when you attack the enemy, it like, I don't know, it's the damage is so high, it just doesn't feel like I'm even doing anything. It feels like any front line I can break. It doesn't make any difference. I like that a lot. Everyone wants to know this. Well, no, actually, no one wants to know this. I want to know this. When you actually capture divisions, you can actually see it in the equipment here. So here we go. Recovered equipment because the reliability was really high, which is absolutely awesome. But then you hover over these numbers, you can actually see how many you've captured. We captured 23,000 guns from the Germans and the Italians. 1,000 pieces of artillery. Ooh, we've got 35 tanks. 183 pieces of anti-tank. 617 trucks. Amazing. So I was saying earlier about, well, I don't want to cap Germany too quickly because that'll be a boring video. And then this happens. Well, you know, I wasn't lying when I was talking about these divisions being particularly strong. Final pockets to the east. I'd have hate to be in this circumstance, you know, when you were these final divisions and you were locked in to the front line and you, Mr. H was telling you, you got to fight to the very last drop. I'm like, oh, come on, bro. This war's over, man. I don't want to be involved in this war anymore. Fight to the bitter end. Pass, mate. I'll pass. Current supply fulfillment is 0%. I press F4 and I'm like, oh, supply looks okay to me. It looks easy to me, bro. Don't look too bad to me. Ah, come on. I got Berlin. Come on. Bernard Montgomery is a combined arms specialist. This is the history that I love. When you attack with no fuel and no supply and things go pretty smoothly. I love Hearts of Iron 4. Okay, Hanover, then Hamburg. And I think that's pretty much it. Nope, I was wrong. They're still going. I think I've said this a million times before, but I always think it's funny how Germany will fight to the very last drop. This is a weird peace conference because I have 48% contribution. However, we're about to get the Yalta conference. Okay, I'll let the AI take care of this with regret. Okay, we have the occupied part of Germany by the Soviets and then a German Reich. And he's justifying on Poland. He can't get over his hatred for the Poles. Damn, that's a big Soviet Union. Maybe I should have intervened. Oops. Belgium and Holland is unified now. We still have a German Reich, though. Okay. The Free State of Prussia is C. And we also have the American occupied zone. Look at the American occupied zone. And the Soviet one. Wow, big boy. And then we have Soviet occupied. Oh, they've got this little bit of land. Oh, this would normally have been given to the Soviet Union, wouldn't it? In the real world, it would be. Not in this game. We have the ability to raid the coast of Japan. So I'm going to take that opportunity. Normally don't get that opportunity because it's too far to travel. Oh, they've captured this island, though. Okay, hold on to that island. That island is precious. Super heavy tank. We have the opportunity for the Flying Elephant project, which takes 781 days. What's the point of these secret projects if you can only get access to them before when the game's already ended? What's the point? Oh, it's so dumb. Why do you do this to me? Look at these terrain penalties. Okay, we'll save this one for another day. Okay, big raid begins. Where's my fleet? Help them. Oh, there we go. Big boys. Hitting them hard. That's good. Oh, there we go. The tide has turned. Split the fleets now so we can cover more regions, and 100% convoy raiding efficiency now so we can just snipe all their convoys, and the blockade has begun. Made some good conquests though, but sadly you got to defeat our navy before you can do anything. Okay, my invasion of Sicily is very predictable, very cliche, but my dropping spies into Japan, also pretty cliche. Also naval invading, also pretty cliche. You've seen it a million times, and now you're seeing it again. Germany has declared war on the Polish Socialist Republic. The Axis is back, baby. Axis 2.0. Why? I feel like one thing is very common is with every expansion for Hoi 4, the late game gets broken, you know? And then... oh, never mind. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. And then they fix it with a patch, and then the next DLC comes out, and it just gets broken again. They declared war, but they had no divisions. The AI didn't even think about its invasion. Oh, I had 3 to 7 divisions. I tell a lie. 3 to 7 divisions. And it was a white peace. The Soviets signed a white peace. Okay. All right. Okay. Ooh, another carrier sunk. I feel like the notifications at the top of the screen should reflect how much impact you're having on their navy, I suppose. Like by giving you indications of like, why you've sunk a massive ship. So that's like a big deal. You know what I mean? The game doesn't really give you much notification. Also classic, planned naval invasion. America's land before me. Probably waiting the full 126 days. Probably wasn't the best idea. Oh well. I guess we get to land, I suppose. We're doing a naval invasion of American-held territory. Oh, I guess we get to occupy some land, I suppose. We did something. We did something. We made an effort. You know, one element that doesn't make much sense in Hoi is that this peace conference now is going to be dominated by China because they did most of the fighting. But because they're not necessarily a major power, they're saying the peace conference could be limited, wouldn't it? Yes, be very limited. Yes, maximum hardness is brutal, but making a decent division with really good equipment is another. Particularly double helicopter is particularly OP. In this case, I had to take off some of the mechanized and replace it with motorized again because my equipment was imbalanced. It practically was this division. To be fair, this could also work as well. 25. Probably be more effective, actually, because I had good air force. I didn't even need the AA anyway. There you go. Making AAs like a knee-jerk reaction. I do it every single game. What's the next secret project, guys? What project should I undergo and make a dedicated video about? Tell me in the comments below. Apart from that, guys, hope you have an absolutely awesome day. And the name's on screen right now. You guys are the best of the best. I love you. Have a good day. See you soon. Bye-bye.